Hey guys, it's the Adman here. Well, I said last time I was going to try something different, and considering it's almost Halloween, I thought I'd cover a horror anime. So without further ado, let's get right into Deadman Wonderland, my personal
What? I've done it.
Who are you?
I am the remnant of the creature that you destroyed in your Fate Unlimited Codes review. I've been hiding in the very wounds that I left in you, and have been slowly working my way to control your body.
Why?
So that I can ruin this little review show of yours. I enjoy destroying the works of others.
Damn you.
So that is why I will personally give this Deadman Wonderland show a negative review. From there, your credibility as a reviewer will be ruined!
Dude, I wasn't going to give this show a positive review.
What?
Yeah, I was going to give it a bit more of a negative review. In fact, before you interrupted me, I was going to say my personal rant against this anime. Because, well, despite how popular it is, I think it's total crap.
Really?
Yeah, but if you want to give it a negative review, I'm all for it. It'll save me a lot of trouble.
No wait,
I'll leave it all to you. I'll just go take a nap in the recesses of my mind or something, I guess. Thanks a lot, man.
Wait,
Wake me up when it's over.
Damn it. Okay, alright, okay, change of plans. I know, I'll give this show a positive review. Yeah, that's it. That'll really mess him up. I mean, how bad can this show be? That was putrid. Oh, how could anyone make something that makes so little sense? It was just horrendous. Oh, God. Oh, you know what? Forget giving this stupid thing a positive review. It doesn't deserve any kind of praise. Oh. I guess it's the cameras in front of me. I guess I should say something. In fact, I'll just say a lot of things that I want to say about this stupid-ass series. Oh. Alright. I guess a little introduction is in order. Deadman Wonderland is a popular shonen anime and manga series. The anime aired on Cartoon Network's recently revived Toonami block from May to August of this year. Oh, what a show to revive it with, though. The manga itself is currently on hiatus due to the author being on maternity leave. Ooh, but I kind of wish it would just stay on permanent hiatus myself. I mean, I have no idea why this series is so popular. Maybe the storytelling in the manga is different. I don't know. I haven't read it, and I would prefer not to after seeing this show. Okay, I probably should explain what qualifies as a story in this stupid thing. The story focuses on our young protagonist, Igarashi Ganta, a middle school kid who enjoys his innocent little life until Lucy from Elephant Lead dropped by his class. Nah, but I kid. I mean, this is a shonen series. They're not going to do anything that would take it on to, like, say, Elephant Lead levels or... Never mind. However, for whatever reason, the assailant Ganta refers to as the Red Man spares his life and instead implants him with some kind of jewel into his chest. Now, all other comments aside, I do kind of think this is a good introduction to the series. I mean, it's very gruesome, but it does instantly throw our protagonist into a very scary and intense situation while providing us with the roots of a good mystery. Mind you, I think it would be better if something like this was saved at the end of the first episode so we can actually get to know Ganta better, but I can roll with it. Now let's ruin it with the very next scene. While in his hospital bed, rather than questioning Ganta about the incident, the cops ignore all due process of law and arrest him under the charges of murdering his entire class. Oh God, this is like the kind of detective work that even Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons would shake his head at. You have nothing on him other than him being the sole survivor of the attack. I guess we're supposed to assume there's some big conspiracy going on, though I would still highly doubt you could get such a ridiculous arrest warrant. Still, that flawed logic aside is nothing compared to the courtroom scene that followed. I mean, how is anyone supposed to assume this scrawny little brat was able to murder his entire class and come out of it relatively unscratched? Again, I think it's implied that they planned some evidence. Problem is, we never get to see them present the evidence that would explain the murder scene. The only bit of evidence we actually get is some supposed hidden camera footage of Gonta confessing to his lawyer that he committed the crimes. Later, it will be revealed that not only was the kid in the video an imposter, but that Gonta's state-appointed attorney was the warden of the prison he was going to be sent to. Really? No one bothered to check the authenticity of the footage or raise an eyebrow to how his lawyer was a warden? There's a limit to how much you can manipulate the system. And again, the footage doesn't explain how he supposedly pulled off the crime.
Just act.
And here's another question. If they could manipulate the system this much, why didn't they just kidnap Gonta from the hospital? They could have paid off the doctors to say he died on the operating table, and Gonta would become another murder victim of the Red Man. There, you save yourself the trouble of taking him to court and possibly raising questions. This scene is so awful and how absolutely illogical it is, along with how mean-spirited it is towards our child protagonists. In fact, most of this show is pretty damn mean-spirited and actually comes out quite sickening at times.
You know, you're not a bad guy in the end.
Go back to sleep. Anyway, Gonta ends up getting the death sentence, even though I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to give a minor the death sentence, though all of this is small potatoes compared to what's coming up. He is sent to the title location of this anime called Deadman Wonderland. It is here he meets an albino girl named Shiro, dressed in a tight bodysuit that makes it look like she's wearing...
Nothing at all! Nothing at all! Nothing at all!
Gee, thanks for the fan service after the gruesome slaughter and the child abuse scenes. It is here that he discovers that the jewel that the Red Man left in his chest gives him special powers, making him what is referred to as a dead man, who are what this prison and the government seek to detain and control. While this could again be an interesting setup, it is again ruined by the poor writing of this show, specifically how stupid the concept of this prison is. Let me just go through a list starting from what is the most minor of gripes to the biggest of this steaming pile. First, there's the mixing of genders and ages. So, apparently with our 14-year-old protagonist, this prison also takes in female convicts ranging from teens to late 20s and lets them interact with the death row inmates. Hey guys, I got some fresh meat tonight! I mean, seriously, if these girls are dead men, or in this case dead women, shouldn't they be concerned about them interacting with convicts who might be serial rapists? While there are prisons that house both genders, they are kept in separate sections so that they can avoid such incidents. I mean, there's no such thing as absolute security, which leads me into my next point. The security at this place is terrible. So what's our introduction to the head of security at this place?
出さないなら償え
And your ass would be fired, bitch! Even though the prisoner was doing wrong, you should not have the authority to almost kill the guy. Yet at other times we see the more hardened criminals get away with bullying the lesser guys like Gonta. Keeping a keen eye out there, I see. It's even worse when you consider a small girl like Shiro is running around the prison and yet nobody points out that she's clearly not wearing one of the security colors that everyone else is wearing. Shouldn't you wonder whether or not she's even a prisoner? I mean, for God's sakes, there are episodes where she's right out there in the open in a ridiculous bodysuit and yet nobody notices her amongst the guys in green. Are you people blind? Third, the cast point system is just stupid. So basically, the currency in this prison, rather than being stashed in cigarettes, is a Dave & Buster style point card system where you can purchase cigarettes along with booze, nice clothes, food, and even get shorter sentences. All of it provided by the prison itself. Oh my head. So if a prisoner does accumulate a large amount of points, not only could they legally buy their way out, they could live fairly comfortably during that time. They would have access to a cafeteria and even a full bar, for God's sake. Your tax dollars at their finest, folks, supplying murderers with stuff you wish you had. But the biggest gripe that makes this anime one of the worst I've ever seen is the fact that this place doubles as an amusement park! Yeah, you heard me right. One of the main plot points of this show is the fact that the Wonderland part in the show's title refers to the fact that this prison that houses convicted felons also uses the same felon as staff for an amusement park that's open to the general public. Ugh. Oh, there's so many things wrong with that. Ugh. First, isn't this place supposed to house the dangerous superhumans you have? Well, newsflash, guys, you're gonna have a hard time keeping it a secret when you know there are crowds of civilians right outside your doorstep because you invited them! I mean, what are you gonna do if one that should escape? Oh wait, one did! This is the worst secret base ever! Second, this place is supposed to rebuild the country's economy following a terrible disaster that destroyed the capital by bringing in tourism. Alright, what idiot thought that an amusement park would make high revenues? Japan itself has a ton of abandoned parks because they weren't able to turn a profit. In the real world, you have to deal with the main overhead costs that come with maintaining an amusement park. In the case of Deadman Wonderland, you have even higher costs because of the prison and that stupid cast point system. And even if the costs were negligible, how could anyone turn a profit with a park that advertises the fact that convicted felons work there? While they don't give them jobs where they directly interact with parkgoers, I think the mascots at Disneyland are scary enough without me having to worry if there's an escaped child rapist in that costume. Hell with the security here, I see that as a distinct possibility. Anyway, the inmates' actual jobs are to participate in obstacle courses that look like they were designed by John Kramer from the Saw movies. I mean, seriously, the audience can see these people being dismayed in some of the most horrific ways possible, and yet they believe the ringmaster when he tells them it's all staged. Oh yeah, all those entrails sticking to the barriers, just props, nothing to be offended by. I'm sure Junior won't be mentally scarred for the rest of his life. Really, the name of this place alone should not be able to attract anyone, let alone the concept or the motif. I mean, seriously, how can this place exist? In fact, is this the same society that branded a young boy as a mass murderer, and yet they're sickly enjoying their fellow man being mutilated just because they're criminals? You are all a bunch of hypocrites! Oh, I can't go on. I gotta take a break. I'll be back with part 2 on Halloween, but first the liquor cabinet and all of its contents are calling. God, this show sucks!